It's 3 o'clock in the morning. The house is quiet, and you wake up to use the bathroom. Nothing dramatic, just one of those nighttime interruptions many people know well after 60. But as you stand at the sink, you notice something you had not really paid attention to before. Your pajama waistband feels looser. Your face looks a little thinner in the mirror. Maybe your ring slips more easily. Maybe your belt has moved to a tighter notch without much thought. Or maybe someone in your family recently said, "You look like you've lost weight," and you brushed it off. At first, that may not sound like a problem. For much of adult life, weight loss is treated as good news. People are told to watch the scale, eat less, lose a few pounds, and feel proud when the number goes down. And sometimes, weight loss is intentional. If you changed your eating habits, became more active, or followed a plan with your healthcare professional, that is one situation. But weight loss that happens when you are not trying is different. After 60, unexplained weight loss deserves a closer look. Here's what many people miss. The question is not only, did I lose weight? The better question is, why is my body losing weight without a clear reason? That does not mean you should panic. Unexplained weight loss does not point to one specific condition. It does not mean you should assume the worst, but it is worth paying attention to, especially if the change is noticeable, continues over time, or shows up with other symptoms such as fatigue, weakness, appetite loss, swallowing trouble, bowel changes, excessive thirst, frequent urination, shortness of breath, pain, fever, night sweats, dizziness, falls, or changes in memory or mood. This video is for education only. It is not a diagnosis, and it is not a treatment plan. If you are losing weight without trying, especially around 5% of your usual body weight over 6 to 12 months, or about 10 pounds without a clear reason, talk with a qualified healthcare professional. And if you take prescription medicines, over-the-counter medicines, vitamins, or supplements, do not stop or change them on your own. A safer step is to bring the pattern to your doctor or pharmacist and ask what may be contributing. Before we talk about what to watch for, it helps to understand why weight loss after 60 can be more complicated than it looks. Your body weight is not controlled by just one thing. It reflects how much you eat, how well you absorb nutrients, how much energy your body uses, how much muscle you carry, how your appetite feels, how your digestion is working, what medicines you take, how your mood is, whether you can shop and cook comfortably, whether your teeth or dentures allow you to chew well, and whether swallowing feels normal. That is why just eat more can be too simple. If someone is losing weight because meals have become smaller, that is one issue. If eating has become difficult because of chewing or swallowing problems, that is another. If a new medicine has changed appetite, taste, nausea, digestion, alertness, or energy, that is another. And if the body is using more energy because of an illness or another medical condition, that is a different conversation entirely. The safest approach is not to guess. The safest approach is to notice the pattern clearly enough to discuss it. One common misunderstanding is that weight loss is always healthy. For a younger adult who is intentionally changing habits, weight loss may be part of a planned goal. But after 60, unintended weight loss can matter because strength, muscle, balance, energy, and recovery become more important for independence. A lower number on the scale does not always tell you whether your body is doing better. If weight loss comes with weakness, fatigue, poor appetite, dizziness, slower walking, difficulty getting out of a chair, more near falls, or less ability to do daily tasks, that is not something to celebrate without asking questions. Another common misunderstanding is that smaller meals are harmless. Many older adults slowly begin eating less without realizing how much has changed. Breakfast becomes coffee and toast. Lunch becomes a few crackers or a small snack. Dinner becomes half a plate because food does not taste the same. Cooking feels tiring, or appetite is not what it used to be. Sometimes the issue is routine. Eating alone can reduce appetite for some people. Grief, loneliness, stress, or depression symptoms can change interest in food. Trouble shopping, carrying groceries, cooking, or standing at the stove can lead to simpler meals that may not provide enough calories or protein. None of this is about blame. These are real-life changes, and they can quietly affect nutrition. Chewing is another clue people often overlook. If teeth hurt, dentures do not fit well, the mouth is dry, or chewing feels tiring, a person may begin avoiding certain foods. Meat, vegetables, nuts, fruits with skins, and other foods may become harder to manage. Over time, the diet may become softer, smaller, and less balanced. Someone may say, "I'm just not hungry," when the real issue is that eating has become more difficult. Swallowing deserves careful attention. If food feels stuck, if you cough or choke during meals, if liquids seem to go down the wrong way, if eating takes much longer than it used to, or if you are avoiding certain foods because they are hard to swallow, that is something to discuss with a healthcare professional. Swallowing problems can make it harder to take in enough food and fluids, and they should not be handled with guesswork. Taste and smell changes can also reduce intake. Food that used to be enjoyable may seem bland. A person may lose interest in meals, not because food is unimportant, but because eating no longer feels rewarding. Some medicines, dental issues, dry mouth, illness, and other factors may affect taste or appetite. Again, the point is not to diagnose yourself. The point is to notice what changed. Medications and supplements are another important part of the conversation. Many adults over 60 take more than one prescription medicine and may also use over-the-counter products, vitamins, herbal products, or supplements. Some medicines can affect appetite, taste, nausea, digestion, sleepiness, alertness, or energy. Some products can interact with other medicines, foods, drinks, or alcohol. That does not mean a medicine is bad, and it does not mean you should stop taking it. It means timing matters. If weight loss began after a new medication, a dose change, a new supplement, or a change in how you take something, that is useful information for your doctor or pharmacist. A better question is not, which pill is causing this? A safer question is, could anything on my full medication and supplement list be contributing to appetite changes, nausea, taste changes, diarrhea, constipation, sleepiness, or weight loss? Digestive changes matter too. Some people lose weight because they are eating less. Others may be eating normally, but still losing weight because digestion, absorption, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting, or abdominal discomfort is affecting the body. Bowel changes after 60 should be described clearly, especially when they are new or persistent. That includes ongoing diarrhea, new constipation, black stools, blood in the stool, vomiting, abdominal pain, or a major change in bowel habits. These symptoms do not prove one specific cause, but they are important pieces of the pattern. Blood sugar symptoms are another reason to pay attention. Weight loss that appears with excessive thirst, frequent urination, blurry vision, extreme fatigue, slow healing cuts, or tingling in the hands or feet is worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Those symptoms can sometimes be part of a blood sugar conversation. They do not mean you should diagnose yourself, but they are not details to ignore. Other health issues can also be part of an evaluation, including thyroid problems, chronic infections, heart or lung issues, inflammatory conditions, cancer, depression, dementia, related eating changes, and other medical concerns. That list can sound unsettling, but the point is not to frighten you. The point is to explain why unexplained weight loss is not a simple one-cause issue. When the cause is not obvious, a clinician may look at many pieces together: your age, health history, symptoms, medication list, physical exam, and the pattern of weight loss. Sometimes the explanation is found quickly, sometimes it takes time, and in some cases, no single clear cause is found right away. That is one reason careful tracking is useful. The key is to notice the pattern. Start with the weight itself. How much have you lost? Over what time period? Was it gradual or sudden? Did you change your diet, activity, or routine on purpose? Are your clothes fitting differently? Has a family member noticed? Is the scale showing the same change repeatedly? Or was it just one reading? Then look at appetite. Are you less hungry? Are you getting full faster? Are you skipping meals? Are you eating alone more often? Do you feel nauseated? Has food stopped tasting good? Are you avoiding certain foods because they are hard to chew or swallow? Then look at strength and function. Are you weaker than before? More tired? Less steady? Having more near falls or falls? Walking less? Struggling more with stairs? Carrying groceries? Standing to cook? Or getting out of a chair? Weight loss after 60 matters more when it begins to affect how you live. Then look at other body signals. Are you more thirsty? Urinating more often, including at night? Having diarrhea or constipation? Any blood in the stool or black stools? Any fever or night sweats? Any persistent cough, shortness of breath, pain, vomiting, or swallowing trouble? Any confusion, memory changes, low mood, grief, or loss of interest in food? And finally, look at timing. Did this begin after a new medicine, a new supplement, a hospital visit, surgery, dental problem, illness, infection, travel, major stress, bereavement, or change in living situation? Timing often gives your doctor the first useful clue. One mistake is trying to solve unexplained weight loss with meal replacement drinks or nutrition supplements before asking why it is happening. Those products may be appropriate for some people, in some situations, but they should not replace evaluation when weight loss is new or unexplained. If your body is losing weight for a reason, covering the symptom without understanding the cause may delay an important conversation. Another mistake is hiding the change because it feels embarrassing. Some people do not want to admit they are eating less, having trouble swallowing, struggling to cook, feeling lonely, or dealing with bowel changes. But these details are not personal failures. They are health information. A good healthcare conversation depends on honesty, not perfection. A third mistake is assuming that because there is no pain, there is no problem. Some meaningful health changes do not begin with pain. A person may simply feel less hungry, lose weight, feel weaker, or have less energy. Those changes are still worth discussing when they are new or getting worse. There are practical steps that are generally safe as observations. Keep a simple weight record, not obsessively and not every hour, but consistently enough to see the trend. Notice appetite, meals, swallowing, bowel habits, energy, mood, sleep, and medication changes. Bring your full medication and supplement list to your appointment, including over-the-counter products and vitamins. If a family member has noticed changes in your eating, weight, energy, or daily function, consider mentioning that too. When you talk with your doctor, be specific. Instead of saying, I lost some weight, you might say, I lost about 10 pounds over the last few months without trying. Or, I get full after a few bites. Or, food feels like it sticks when I swallow. Or, this started after a new medicine. Or, I'm more thirsty and urinating more often. Or, I'm weaker and had 2 near falls. Those details help your healthcare professional decide what to ask next. They may want to review medications, ask about appetite and mood, check dental or swallowing concerns, discuss blood sugar or thyroid symptoms, review bowel changes, or consider other evaluation based on your specific situation. There are warning signs that should be taken seriously. Talk with a healthcare professional if you are losing weight without trying, especially around 5% of your usual body weight over 6 to 12 months, or about 10 pounds without a clear reason. Seek advice sooner if weight loss comes with fever, night sweats, ongoing pain, severe fatigue, shortness of breath, persistent cough, coughing blood, vomiting, trouble swallowing, choking, blood in the stool, black stools, new bowel changes, excessive thirst, frequent urination, confusion, weakness, falls, or symptoms that are new or getting worse. If dizziness when standing, near falls, medication side effects, or frequent nighttime urination are part of the picture, those should also be mentioned. They may not explain the weight loss by themselves, but together, they help show how your body is changing. The purpose of this message is not fear, it is awareness. Unexplained weight loss after 60 is not a verdict, it is a signal. It may be related to appetite, eating patterns, chewing, swallowing, medications, digestion, mood, social changes, or a medical condition that needs evaluation. The safest response is to notice it early, track it clearly, and ask for help before it begins to affect strength, balance, confidence, and independence. This video is for education only and should not replace medical care. If you are losing weight without trying, or if weight loss comes with new, severe, frequent, or worsening symptoms, talk with a qualified healthcare professional. Do not stop or change medications or supplements on your own. Not all weight loss after 60 is bad, but unexplained weight loss is worth checking. And when you understand the pattern, you can have a better conversation, make safer choices, and protect the strength and independence that matter in everyday life.